What we're going to be doing now is downloading the ISO for CentOS and looking at burning it to a USB. First thing we want to do is go ahead and go to centos.org. Having got there, we want to go to download. From download, we want to just scroll down a little bit until we can see the geographical mirrors, and we go to the list of current mirrors, and in this area we can now type in where we live. So for us, of course, it's US, Hawaii. The advantage of doing this is that the closer the ISO is to you physically, the faster generally it will download. Go ahead and click on mirror. This opens up the CentOS directory on this mirror. We want 8.2.2004. That doesn't relate to the year, it just relates to the revision, just happens to be close to our year. We want to go into ISOs. We want to go into x86 because that's what our chipset is. Our chipset is a 64-bit Intel type. Under here we want to go into the download for this ISO. So here is the ISO here, CentOS 8.2.2004 ISO. ISO is merely a standard file type for downloading a full bootable DVD. So we go ahead and we can click on this, and now it's going to download. I'm actually going to pause this because I've already downloaded it. If we don't worry about those, that has effectively got us now downloading this ISO. The next thing we want to do is look at burning it. So I'll pause for a moment. So we need an ISO burner. So let's go ahead and we'll type in ISO to USB and search on this. This brings us to this Rufus. That's the one we want. We go into Rufus, and this is the program we want to download. So we go ahead and download. And here it is downloaded. We can go into Rufus now and we can run it. You might get asked do you really want to do this? And we say yes. We want it to make changes to our system. So here is the burner. We can go into the burner and we can say, well, what device are we going to use? Well, it has actually pulled up my singular USB stick that is connected to my computer. And it knows it's a 16 gig USB stick. That's what you'll need, is a 16 gig. It wants us to select an ISO. So we're going to select an ISO and we can select it. Go into my computer, go into downloads, and there is where I have previously downloaded this ISO, and it's over 8 gig in size, so this is good, this is the right one. Click on open, and really at this point we can go ahead and just accept all the default settings for this and click start. We go yes. So we do the ISO, which is what it's recommending. And we know that we're going to destroy all the data on that USB, so we go continue. That's okay. We just go ahead and let it do its thing. So now it's going to go ahead and do all the activities of writing this ISO to the USB stick. So you can see it's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause this now and let this complete, and we'll be back in a... Well, that took quite some time, more than an hour in fact. It failed one time and I just had to totally restart it, but that's not uncommon, unfortunately. I think I downgraded or upgraded the program that I used from the original one I downloaded to this one, so 3.4.1430. But anyway, we're done. The whole of that DVD has now been written to this USB. What we get to do now is close it down. We get to restart this computer with the USB still inserted and boot from it. Let's see what happens.